Right, welcome back. So there's actually so many changes going on. Don't stress too much from what you see right here. I have been talking about for a long time that I'm kind of just going to pull everything down and burn it to the ground, start again. Technically, um, I'm I'm just reducing my numbers. I've made the hard decision that I don't. Well, I'm going to have a bit of a break. I don't really want to race locally anymore. It's just really too hard for me. You can see this time of year when we get out into summer, it's just the falcons just pretty much just destroy us. So local racing for me is just way too hard. But I do want to continue on with one loft racing, but on a smaller scale. We've had a real, we've had a lot of success, to be honest, with one loft racing. The birds seem to do really well in it. 50 to 60% of all the races that we've been in one lofts, we've had birds in the top birds. So those odds are pretty good. So I'm going to basically my selection process is just picking out the best birds. So why am I pulling all this down? I don't need the space. So I'm really lack on with free time at the moment with kids and work. I had the third kid during the year just recently, and that's part of the reason why I'm not making too many videos, because it's just way too busy. So you can see I've started stripping this out. The whole goal is I'm going to try and utilize this section with the grading on it. This is literally the best investment I've ever made, is this grading. So I am planning, as you can see, on I'm making a smaller loft. If you guys have been here from the beginning, 5-6 years ago now, the most fun I ever had is when I had my small loft. So I'm going to make a small loft, but a bit more practical. It's going to be 2 sections, going to have breeding boxes, and a whole bunch of perches. I'm going to utilize those perches there. Essentially, it's probably only going to be about this wide, but it's still going to be able to hold quite a lot of birds. I don't want a lot of birds, but I still want to have a nice little flock flying around, and I also still want to enter birds into the one loft race. And the only difference is I'm not going to hold stock birds. The birds in this flying loft will have the opportunity to come into the nest boxes, breed, and we'll send those birds to the one loft races, which not overly conventional, but it's realistically not much difference than what I've been doing anyway, and getting some success in that. We've got 207th ace bird currently sitting in Pattaya at 11,500 they started with, so I'm pretty happy with just a couple birds sent. And even last year we sent 2 to Pattaya, and we still got both those birds to the final, one home on the final, and we ended up with like 206 ace bird or something. So they're not up super fast, but they seem to be doing all right. So my main selection process now is just birds for the international one loss, which is basically only Pattaya for us. So I'm not really overly keen on doing any local one lofts at this point in time. I'm just going to send a couple to Pattaya, 2 to 4 maybe every season, and just enjoy flying the birds around the loft, which is sort of the main thing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've got a lot of work to do. I really want to just completely pull this down and try and keep some of these sections, and I'll just move it over to the other section where I'm going to move it. I'm just going to move it a bit further away, free this area up, and I'm going to bring it up off the ground quite a lot, because I really want a low maintenance loft. So all I've got to do is come in, give it a quick scrape, and I'm not cleaning it every single day. I can get in under it easy, scrape all the droppings out, because let's see if we can pull one of these up pretty easy. I'm going to have it pretty similar to this. These aren't really designed, but you can see all the droppings fall down there, and I want to be able to get to it from the outside and just scrape it out with a rake and carry it away. But that is pretty straightforward. It's really good, actually. This is the best stuff that I've ever brought for the pigeon loft. And I still am I'm going to redo this entry a little bit. I'm going to keep this set up because I do really like this, but I might just change the landing board a little bit, and it'll essentially be reasonably small, but enough for me to be pretty happy with it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going too crazy. I don't think it's too special. I just want something that's the best for the birds. We'll have 2 sections, one for flying and then a little area for breeding, but all the birds will be able to come in and out. There'll be no stock birds. My stock birds will be let out. You'll see things have changed here a little bit. It's actually quite bright, so I don't know how well that's actually transitioning, but I've actually pushed this loft all the way over here because that will be pulled down as well. So I have sent, I had a lot of stock birds, and I've bred a few babies out of them, and I've just been tossing those little babies, slightly premature, just short. I've got them out to like 10 Ks, and my selection process has been coming down off that. It's really odd, but I just want birds that can kind of handle out here. Both these lofts are a mess. I've pretty much just taken the birds out, and just obviously there was a whole bunch of them. I've sent them back to my friends. There's going to be a few more that go that way as well, and I'm just going to keep only the young ones that I can let out, or some of my X-race birds that are off the best one loft ones. You can see they were just pretty much dropping eggs, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess. This whole loft's going to get pulled down too. I'm just going to make this smaller one. If you do want me to film more and follow that process of the small loft, then I will, because like I said, that was probably the best sort of time that I've ever had when I had pigeons. It's just that small number and really enjoying it. But the only difference will be that the small loft will be filled with really good one loft pigeons, so it'll be slightly different, but hopefully as enjoyable. The plan is to have it over here somewhere, so it still kind of gets the breeze from both ways, and it's going to blow all the feathers and stuff out. Still got all the wire and things here. My plan is to kind of get it down to around about 6 to 8 birds. I'm not really choosing pairs or anything like that. I will kind of just pick birds based on the ones that have the very best history and performance wise in the one lofts, and then we'll just breed up from there, which is, I can quickly breed up pigeons, no problems at all. And then obviously all those very small team will just be tossing all the time. I find that obviously we race in winter here, so our birds aren't used to the heat, so I like to do a bit of tossing and flying in the warmer months, which is pretty much identical to the conditions that they do when they fly into Pattaya anyway. So it kind of helps me with some selection process, but we'll see how we go. Main thing is I just want to enjoy the birds again. I think for 3 years here, trying to really hammer the birds to get them flying and try and race in this position is just a nightmare. Yeah, the falcons just kill us. Yeah, if you watch this, you understand. We lose way too many birds, and it just becomes too hard. So it's kind of where we're at the moment. If you do want me to try and go back to posting all the time like I did, and follow this smaller build and follow the process of just building a really small colony of really good quality birds for one lofts, mainly Pattaya, then let me know. But it's going to be different, yeah, but the same. I'm just enjoying the birds now, and that's the main thing. So I will catch you guys in the next video. If you want some more videos, you got questions, just put them down below in the comments, and I'll try and address them in the next video. So I'll see you later.